Hi, traders. So, what does this mean? So, trading means to learn to lose. And I would like to share, obviously, my journey in trading with you. I do this now for over 2 decades. But trading isn't really about winning, trading is about how to learn to lose. And I would like to share a personal story with you. I think this becomes then more transparent. And what happened to me yesterday, basically, that I lost my loved top step account here. I made a good chunk of money with it, but I really lost it. And it's a quite a pain. I didn't lose it because I was making wrong decisions. I lost it because I didn't stick to my rules. And I would like to guide you through here a little bit because I think it's just important how to basically manage these kind of losing streaks, how to manage when you are simply not successful in that moment, and what I'm doing there, and what I want, what I'm being reminded to. So in 2012 or 13, basically, I had the opportunity to meet one guy. His name is Borsellino. I met him on the 4th of July in his house in Chicago. It was a beautiful summer day, and he was playing outside with his wife and a friend, and the wife was his buddy. And it was quite interesting for me because I read from him years ago, basically a couple of years before, about that he's one of the biggest pit traders all the time. So I will link you a few videos as well, so that you will be able to read from him and maybe watch an interview. There was two great interviews with him in the last, let's say, 5 years. Amazing guy, big hands. So not tiny hands like I got, but he got big hands. He used to work as a, I think, as a at some bars, basically as the guy who throws out the guys who cannot really behave. So big physical guy, but also very intelligent person. Okay, he was a guy in the pits when trading was not just emotional, was not just to make money. It was also very physical back in the time. And what he did, he wrote also a book, the 10 Commandments of Trading. I think it's quite interesting to learn from it. This is something which I'm going back then if I had a big winning streak, and then I basically have these kind of moments when I fail, and failing is a part of it. And I think that Luis has some amazing, great ideas. So what he says is basically how to master the trading game, because mastering trading means that you master the mental game of the markets. It's not just about finding the best strategy. It's not about applying the risk management and applying the right position size. At some stage, it becomes mental. And guys, think about sports. Again, this is my the biggest or the best, I think, comparison. In the top 10, top 20 of any sports, maybe tennis, golf, whatever, all these guys got talent. It's discipline and the mental game. All right. So let's dive into it. What he says. So he says that trading, you shouldn't trade for money, you should trade for success. So your motivation should be first and foremost to make well executed trades. If money alone is your motivation, you will limit your chance of success. And the reason is you will focus only on money, and there will kind of mental issues come up. You will feel greed, you will feel the pain, and basically at some stage you won't be disciplined anymore. So when you're not disciplined anymore, your trading becomes more volatile, too big trades, too big losing trades, too big winning trades, and it becomes very unstable. So you have to be disciplined in order to make it work, right? To get the full potential. And discipline is the one quality that all traders must possess, all above anything else. So the ability to master your mind, your body, and your emotion is the key in trading. The disciplined trader, regardless of the profit or loss, comes back to trade another day. It's about surviving the day to trade another day. Great intellect, ability to take on risk, or even a sense that you're somehow lucky means nothing without discipline. It's just short term, right? For a trader, discipline means the ability to devise a trading plan, execute according to the plan, and never deviate from the plan, right? I mean, this now sounds a little, almost sounds like a job, right? But trading is a job. Think about it, okay? Discipline is the key. you have a trading plan and do this. All right. So that's very, very, very important. So know yourself. If you break out in sweat, if you have if you risk too much, then basically it's a sign probably that you're gambling. Okay. So you have to know yourself about your capabilities, and you shouldn't punish yourself if something doesn't work out right away, right? Trading for sure is not for everyone. If taking risks isn't anything for you, makes you ill, then basically it isn't for you. If gambling or taking risks makes you reckless, it's also probably something not for you. But if you are able to handle risk with discipline, then maybe it is something for you, and then you will be able to be a trader. And you are the only one who can answer this question, because overall, you can take any education what you want. In the end, the answer will be in yourself, and the will to bring up the discipline and all what comes to it. In the end, trading is a profession. Trading is something you can learn, but let's say taking risks makes you a complete bad person. Maybe you shouldn't do it and really go for something else, right? The ego obviously is something super in the center of trading. No matter how much success you will have and how much you enjoy it, the market will always make you humble. You will never outsmart the markets. And if you think you can, you are already completely wrong, right? So the market will bring you down to earth always, and everybody, whoever you are, the smartest guy on the planet, believe me one thing, the markets will make you humble. So you need to silence your ego in order to listen to the market, to really assess it objectively, right? So technical analysis is great, but no matter what your intellect is, there will be unforeseen things happening, right? So how can I say this? Don't let the markets crush yourself. Don't even think that you are the master of of everything. Don't believe that you have mastered it, because it's an ongoing journey. And that's part of the ego. The market will always kind of adapt, and realistically, we will never get it 100% right. So let loose of your ego, enjoy the ride, but don't think that you're something special, because the market will always tell you that you are not. Very important, there's not such a thing as hoping, wishing, or praying. I mean, I would say don't bring God into the game of your trading decisions, because realistically, that's not part of it. I've seen really a lot of traders basically which are in panic and basically start to beg why something happens. I'm always saying that why is the wrong answer, because it's not a question of why it happens, just what. So hoping, wishing, praying that something turns around won't happen. The reality happens right now on the screen, and the market will hit your stop. You will get out, and the panic will be gone. Okay, so that's super important, guys. Don't wish and hope, because if you wish and hope, in reality, guys, the story of your trade is already gone. What I'm trying to do, and also I'm not perfect, I'm trying to plan out my trades in advance, have some game plan what happens if. So let's say have 2 or 3 scenarios what happens, and then ideally the stress I will be calmer, and definitely hoping, wishing, or praying is wrong. And sadly, it's wrong. And I mean, I think we all know this. What you need to do is you need to let your profits run and cut your losses quickly. Happens that we don't do this, but when the market goes against you, and basically when your stop should be hit, go out of it and reduce it. And there is no other period, right? So you can reevaluate your strategy and execute a new trade, but stick to your trading plan and keep your losses small, and you will remain in the game. So it's always about trade the other day. When you place a trade, know in advance where you will exit, at least for a loss. I think it's very difficult to 100% plan for a profit, but overall, try to plan your trade ahead and execute according to your plan. One thing is for sure also true. when you execute your plan accordingly, how you want to do it, take maybe a small profit away from the table, because this is, then you will pay yourself, and basically it release a little bit of pressure. To cut the runners all the time, I don't believe it's the greatest idea, because the market will always do things you cannot foresee. And if there's a trend on one day, you can make a lot of money, stuff which you haven't foreseen. So taking partial profits makes sense. I've never seen anybody who really complained of taking a partial profit, but I also haven't seen anybody who really complained to take a small loss. And I think this is very, very important, guys. Okay, take your loss and let your profits ideally run. Know when to trade and when not to trade. So today is Federal Reserve meeting. There's a lot of news coming out, a lot of volatility to be expected. Maybe this is not the right time. Trade when your analysis, your system, and your strategy say that you have a buy or sell to execute. If the market doesn't have a clear direction, then wait on the sidelines and don't invest. I mean, you don't need to. You're not forced to invest all the time, okay? Then love your losers like you love your winners. I mean, that's just quite something. But losing will tell us a lot about ourselves. It will tell us a lot where we can improve. And often losing is part of our learning curve, right? So if we plan the trade well and we basically are stopped out, then it's not something, I think it's great, you know? So we then have to test if we are wrong or right, and if you did anything wrong, then you can improve. But if the stop was hit, it's part of the game, right? And this will always happen. It's part of the game. After 3 losses on a day, assess your mental stability on the day. Maybe you are in a bad mental state, or maybe even physically in a bad state, okay? When you lose, don't increase the bets, okay? This is not the time to take on more risk, but focus on your discipline, okay? Sit on the sidelines, take a break, and really try to find the best setup for the day. And then if it doesn't work, take a break, say, thank you very much. I go out, have a sip of whatever, and thank you very much, okay? If you become angry and emotional, stop right away. I know it's hard, but this is something you have to do, all right? So if you are emotional, stop it. And the unbreakable rule of Luis Borsellino, the guy who was the #1 in the trading pit in Chicago, says, you can break a rule and get away with it once, twice, maybe 10 times. But the one time you will violate it, you will go bust. And this is, I think, the most important thing. Stick to these rules. You will be a happy trader. You will have a good chance of a great work-life balance, and stay in the game for tomorrow and for a lot of profitable days in your future, okay? So trading, guys, is risky. Trading is not simple, but overall, trading is a great thing to do. And there will be times coming when the equity curve goes up again, and we will enjoy the ride, but we also have to learn about what we do wrong and improve. So thank you very much. I hope this is a little bit for you. Hopefully you will be able to learn from it. I tried to learn today because yesterday was not a great day for me trading the traditional futures markets. So I wish you good trades. Try to stay disciplined, and a lot of good decisions, guys. Thank you very much.